Diffusion questions and answers. Question number 1. In an experiment, a small crystal of potassium manganate VII, potassium permanganate, was placed at the bottom of a beaker of cold water. After a short time, the color of the crystal began to spread through the water. Question A. Why the crystal of potassium manganate VII and not potassium chloride used in this experiment؟ طيب احنا البوتاسيوم manganate اللي هو KMnO4 VII ده forms a colored solution which is purple colored solution اللي هو purple solution, but potassium chloride forms a colorless solution. يبقى احنا البوتاسيوم منجنيت لون السوليوشن بتاعه purple، لكن البوتاسيوم كلورايد السوليوشن بتاعته ملوش لون colorless. B. Name the process by which potassium manganate and potassium and manganate VII ions move through the water. دي هتبقى طبعا diffusion. يبقى B. diffusion. Question C. In what way the outcome of the experiment be different, if at all, if warm water was used in place of cold water؟ يعني نتيجة التجربة كانت هتختلف ازاي لو كنا استخدمنا مية دافية بدل ما نستخدم مية ساقعة؟ أكيد كان هيبقى diffusion will be more quickly وده معناه إن color would spread faster. purple color would spread faster. Color would spread faster. تمام. diffusion would be more quickly والcolor would spread faster. طيب. Explain your answer to part C in terms of movement of particles. In terms of movement of particles, إيه اللي يخلي diffusion more quickly والcolor spread faster؟ لأن particles بتبقى عندها higher energy. Particles have more energy in warm water. وبالتالي particles move quickly in warm water. Particles move quickly in warm water. وده معناها إن particles would collide more often. Particles would collide more often. يبقى particles هيبقى عندها more energy في warm water، وده معناها إن هما would move quickly وبي collide more often. The question number 1. Question number 2. Few drops of liquid bromine and few crystals of solid iodine are placed in the bottom of separate gas jars and the open ends covered with lids. The jars are left for some time under the same conditions. The diagrams show the jars just after bromine and iodine are added and after some time. وعندنا two jars فيها liquid bromine وiodine crystals. State the color of liquid bromine. liquid bromine بيبقى لونه reddish brown. طيب السوليد iodine بيبقى لونه gray وممكن نكتب black أو dark gray أو black. ممكن نكتب dark gray وممكن نكتب black. يبقى gray, dark gray, black. Okay. B. The diagram shows the particles of bromine and iodine spread out in the jars. What is the name of this process? طبعا هتبقى اسمها diffusion. Iodine changes the iodine changes into a gas before this process occurs. The chemical equation for this change is I2 solid gives I2 gas. The change involving bromine is called evaporation. Write a chemical equation including state symbols for this change. يبقى Br2 liquid عشان bromine is liquid هيحصل له evaporation يبقى يتحول ل Br2 gas. يبقى كده double I. Triple I describe how the movement and spacing of particles in iodine gas is different from iodine solid. طيب الموفمنت في الايودين gas بتبقى fast يبقى هنا moving faster than الsolid بيvibrate ممكن نكتب solid vibrate. لو كتبنا moving fast أو moving quickly أو faster عشان تبقى comparison ما بينها وبين الsolid state فأوكي. طيب بالنسبة للspacing بتبقى البارتكلز في الجاز further apart than البارتكلز في الsolid. البارتكلز في الsolid بيبقى close together يبقى دول further apart. طيب C. Gases chlorine and hydrogen react together to form hydrogen chloride. اللي هي equation H2 plus Cl2 gives 2HCl. Hydrogen chloride gas ده hydrogen chloride gas. Hydrogen chloride gas dissolves in water to form hydrochloric acid اللي هو HClAQ. Aqueous solution اللي هو solution of hydrogen chloride is called hydrochloric acid. Bromine reacts in a similar way to chlorine. ده معناه ان هو هيتفاعل مع الهيدروجين in a similar way. Hydrogen plus bromine gives 2 hydrogen bromide. Write a word equation for the reaction bromine plus hydrogen. يبقى hydrogen plus bromine gives hydrogen bromide. Suggest the name of the acid formed when the product in CI dissolves in water. زي ما الهيدروجين كلورايد جاز بيدوب في الووتر يعمل هيدروكلوريك اسيد فبرضه الهيدروجين برومايد is a gas وبيدوب في الووتر ويعمل هيدروبروميك اسيد. يبقى هنا الانسر هيكون هيدروبروميك اسيد. الهيدروبروميك اسيد ده زي الهيدروكلوريك اسيد نفس الفكره. يعني الهيدروكلوريك اسيد ده بيجي من dissolving الهيدروجين كلورايد in water. الهيدروبروميك اسيد برضه بيجي من dissolving hydrogen bromide in water. Question number 3. Few crystals of a green salt are placed in a beaker of cold water. The crystals start to dissolve. Describe how the appearance of the contents of the beaker change over a period of time. طيب هو الappearance هيتغير ازاي؟ الووتر هتبقى لونها green يبقى water is green أو will be green. وفي نفس الوقت الكريستالز would get smaller. Crystals get smaller until they disappear. ممكن ما يحصلهمش disappearing يعني ده أو ده disappear لأن هو ممكن crystals get smaller بس وممكن crystals get smaller until they disappear. الاتنين صح. Name the process that occurs after the crystal dissolve. إيه اللي بيحصل بعد ما crystal بيديزولف؟ بيحصل لها diffusion اللي هو الانتشار diffusion. How will the results of the experiment differ if hot water is used in place of cold water? The difference color spreads faster. ليه؟ لأن لما البارتكلز بتgain more energy أكيد بيحصل لهم diffusion faster. Explain. عشان هيبقى particles have more energy وبالتالي they move أو diffuse faster. طيب by the way برضو من ضمن البوينتس اللي ممكن تكتبها في الانسر كديفرنس إن crystals dissolve faster. Crystals dissolve faster. وممكن تكتب برضو إن diffusion will be faster. Diffusion is faster. Diffusion is faster. طيب ده question C. Question 4. The diagram shows ammonium chloride being heated in a test tube. الهيتنج للأمونيوم كلورايد يعملوا breaking down لأمونيا وهيدروجين كلورايد زي ما احنا قلنا قبل كده. The formula of ammonium chloride is NH4Cl. How many different elements are there in ammonium chloride? في النيتروجين وفي الهيدروجين وفي كلورين، يبقى في 3 different elements. Identify the two gases. المفروض انك خدنا equation ammonium chloride يحصل لها breaking down اللي هو thermal decomposition into ammonia and hydrogen chloride. يبقى هنا identify the two gases ammonia and hydrogen chloride. Identify the white solid. المفروض ان الرياكشن بيحصل له reversing at the top of the tube. هنا فوق في top of the tube the reaction is reversed. يعني تلاقي الأمونيا plus hydrogen chloride forms ammonium chloride. يبقى الوايت solid at the top of the tube is ammonium chloride. يبقى identify the white solid. It's ammonium chloride اللي هو NH4Cl. Place crosses in 2 boxes to identify the processes that occurs in the test tube. ما بيحصلش boiling، بيحصل thermal decomposition، يبقى it's right. ما بيحصلش melting، بيحصل neutralization ما بين الأمونيا والهيدروجين كلورايد، يبقى it's neutralization. That question 4. Question number 5. The decomposition of ammonium chloride is a reversible reaction. يعني ايه reversible reaction؟ يعني الأمونيوم chloride can break down to ammonia and hydrogen chloride. Then ammonia and hydrogen chloride can react together to reform ammonium chloride. ده معناه ان الرياكشن ده reversible. How is the question A? How is this reaction made to go in the forward؟ يعني ازاي اخلي الامونيوم كلورايد تتكسر يحصل لها breaking down into ammonia and hydrogen chloride؟ by heating. اسخنه. يبقى هنا heat الامونيوم كلورايد. طيب question B. Concentrated hydrochloric acid gives off hydrogen chloride gas and concentrated ammonia solution gives off ammonia gas. An experiment is set up. وراح جايب tube, glass tube وحاطط cotton wool soaked in concentrated hydrochloric acid on the left hand side و cotton wool soaked in concentrated ammonia solution at the right hand side. After a few minutes, a white solid forms inside the tube. The solid forms when ammonia gas reacts with hydrogen chloride gas. وراح جايب الرسمة تاني glass tube ونفس cotton wool soaked in hydrochloric وهنا cotton wool soaked in ammonia solution وراح جايب white solid formed here. Question I. Name the process by which the ammonia and hydrogen chloride particles move inside the tube. بيتحركوا ازاي جوه التيوب؟ أكيد بيتحركوا بالديفيوجن. يبقى هنا هيبقى الانسر diffusion. What is the white solid that forms inside the tube؟ ما هو الكوتن وول soaked in hydrochloric بتطلع hydrogen chloride gas والكوتن وول الناحية التانية soaked in ammonia solution بتطلع ammonia gas والtwo gases diffuse move randomly inside the tube until they meet and react to form white solid of ammonium chloride. يبقى هنا white solid that forms inside the tube is NH4Cl which is ammonium chloride. Question I. What does the position of the white solid tell you about the relative speeds at which ammonia and hydrogen chloride particles move? طبعا ammonia is faster than hydrogen chloride. Ammonia is faster than hydrogen chloride. وده لأن الأمونيا طبعا عندها lower relative molecular mass. Question IV. This experiment is repeated with a strip of damp red litmus paper placed along the inside of the tube. اللي هي الورقة دي. اللي هي دي. Damp red litmus paper. وحاطط position A و B state the color of the litmus paper at A. طيب at A دي جنب الهيدروكلوريك اسيد اللي هي القطن وول سوق الهيدروكلوريك اسيد، يبقى red لان الليتمس بتبقى red مع الاسيد. وعند B البي ده الامونيا بيوصل قبلها عندها، يعني المفروض ان الوايت رينج او الوايت سموك بتبقى هنا، فطبعا البي دي بتكون الامونيا وصلت مش الهيدروجين كلورايد، يبقى البي هتبقى بلو عشان الامونيا ده بيز، وتأثير البيزز على الليتمس بيبر ده الكلاين يعني يخليها لونها ازرق. طيب الفرق ما بين كلمة بيز والكلي ان الامونيا كجاز اتس بيز، لكن لما بتدوب في الميه بتبقى الكلي. طبعا انهي ميه؟ الدامب. كلمة دامب يعني ويت، يعني الليتمس بيبر دي بتبقى مبلولة بميه، فالامونيا بتدوب في الميه اللي على البيبر فبتخلي السوليوشن بتاعها الكلاين على الورقه، فالالكلاين بيقلب الليتمس بيبر بلو. ده كده question number 5. question number 6. The reaction between ammonia and hydrogen chloride can be used to illustrate diffusion with the following apparatus. وجايب لنا برضو التيوب glass tube، وفي cotton wool soaked in concentrated hydrochloric، وفي cotton wool soaked in ammonia solution concentrate ammonia، والوايت solid هنا. وهنا هو سايب التيوب open from both ends، مش حاطط rubber bunks. After a few minutes a white solid appears inside the tube. Identify the white solid. برضو it's ammonium chloride، لأن زي ما اتفقنا ال concentrated hydrochloric acid will give off hydrogen chloride gas، و concentrated ammonia solution will give off ammonia gas. Will two gases diffuse يعني move randomly inside the tube until they meet and react together, ammonia plus HCl forming NH4Cl ammonium chloride. يبقى الوايت solid هنا هو NH4Cl which is ammonium chloride. Double I. What does the diagram show about the speed of ammonia molecules compared to the speed of hydrogen chloride molecules؟ طبعا هنا واضح من الدايجرام ان الامونيا is faster أو travel faster أو diffuses faster than الهيدروجين كلورايد. يبقى هنا ammonia moves أو diffuses faster than hydrogen chloride. طيب question B. State the main hazard. Hazard اللي هي الخطورة when using concentrated hydrochloric acid. طب ما ده corrosive، يبقى الهازارد إن الهيدروكلوريك acid is corrosive. HCl is corrosive. طيب precaution يبقى أبسط حاجة ممكن نلبس gloves. wear gloves. ممكن يا ولاد بدل ما نكتب wear gloves ممكن نكتب wear goggles. تمام. ممكن نقول إن أنت to place bunks at the end of the tube لأن مفيش bunks، rubber bunks مش موجودة، وبالتالي الفيومز بتاعت ال HCl will be given off outside the tube، وال HCl corrosive وانت واقف جنب التيوب، وال HCl بيديزولف in water وانت your eye and skin contains water، وبالتالي هيعمل burning للeye، burning للskin، damaging للeyes. ده الهازارد بتاع الهيدروكلوريك acid. Question number 7. When ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas mix, they react together to form a white solid called ammonium chloride. The equation for the reaction is NH3 gas plus HCl gas gives NH4Cl solid. A cotton wool pad was soaked in ammonia solution and another was soaked in hydrogen chloride solution. The two pads were then put into opposite ends of a dry glass tube at the same time. After 5 minutes, a white ring of solid ammonium chloride is formed. وراح جايب التيوب وحاطط فيه pad soaked in ammonia on the left وpad soaked in hydrogen chloride solution which is hydrochloric acid on the right. White ring of ammonium chloride form here. ومدي لك التيوب طوله 100 سنتيمتر ومتقسم إلى 60 سنتيمتر 60 سنتيمتر اللي هي distance between الأمونيا solution pad soaked in ammonia solution and the white ring. وهنا the distance between the pad soaked in hydrogen chloride solution, which is hydrochloric acid, and the white ring is 40 centimeter. Question AI, what name is given to the movement of the two gases? طبعا دي هتبقى اسمها diffusion. طيب. Double I, identify which gas is moving faster and give a reason for your choice. طبعا من الدروينج واضحة جدا الأمونيا جاز diffuse faster عشان هو اتحرك 60 سنتيمتر والهيدروجين كلورايد اتحرك 40. ممكن تقول عشان خاطر الهيدروجين كلورايد عنده greater MR أو العكس الأمونيا has smaller MR relative molecular mass. يبقى هنا ammonia is moving faster. Ammonia is moving faster than the hydrogen chloride is moving faster than the hydrogen chloride since in الأمونيا يا إما بقى نكتب إن هي moved 60 centimeter and hydrogen chloride moved only 40 centimeter, or to write in الأمونيا has lower relative أو smaller relative molecular mass. ممكن نقول the molecules of ammonia are lighter than the molecules of hydrogen chloride. Type question B. The experiment was repeated at higher temperature. State and explain how this change would affect the time taken for the white ring to form. طبعا the time taken would be shorter. يعني less time for the white ring to form. يعني less than 5 minutes. التجربة الأولانية اتعملت خدت 5 minutes. دي less time يعني less than 5 minutes to form. ليه بقى؟ لأن البارتكلز اللي هي molecules of ammonia and hydrogen chloride particles هنا اللي هي molecules of ammonia and hydrogen chloride مالهم؟ have more energy اللي هي kinetic energy more energy so they diffuse faster. يبقى molecules of ammonia and hydrogen chloride diffuse faster. Particles move أو diffuse أو move faster. يبقى هنا تاني less time for the white ring to form يعني less than 5 minutes عشان particles هتبقى عندها طاقة أكبر have more energy وبالتالي particles will diffuse أو move faster. That question B. C. Gas particles move at a speed of several hundred meters per second at room temperature. Suggest one reason why it took 5 minutes for the white ring to form. You can say يا جماعة in the particles which are in molecules of ammonia and hydrogen chloride collide with the air molecules اللي هما النيتروجين والأكسجين والكربون دايوكسيد والأرجون بس أرجون دي atoms اللي موجودة في الآخر. طيب ده بالنسبة للأنسر. ممكن نكتب إن هي collide with themselves. Particles collide with themselves. أدي another answer. ممكن نقول إن ال particles اللي هي الأمونيا والهيدروجين chloride molecules move in random direction. They don't move in straight lines. ممكن نقول إن many particles of ammonium chloride must form before they can be seen أو before ammonium chloride can be seen اللي هي ال white ring. يبقى احنا عندنا 4 options. يبقى تاني ممكن نقول particles احنا ممكن نقول كمان ان particles of ammonia and hydrogen chloride collide with the inner glass walls of the tube. يبقى احنا عندنا كذا answer. Particles collide with air molecules. Particles collide with themselves. Particles collide with the glass wall of the tube. ممكن نقول ان هم they move in random direction. They don't move in straight lines. ممكن نقول many particles of ammonium chloride must form before the white ring can be seen. اختار أبسط حاجة particles collide with air molecules. والparticles اللي هنا ما تنساش اللي هي molecules of ammonia and hydrogen chloride. يبقى ammonia and hydrogen chloride molecules. هي دي البارتكلز. Question 8. A teacher demonstrates in fume cupboard 2 experiments to show the movement of particles. In the first experiment, she places some liquid bromine at the bottom of the gas jar. She then places another gas jar containing air on top of it, as shown in the diagram. The diagram shows the appearance at the start, after a few minutes, and at the end of the experiment. Place crosses in two boxes to show which statements are correct about this experiment. A. All the air particles in the upper jar stay there. أكيد لا، لأنه بيحصل diffusion. Bromine and air react. No reaction between bromine and air at room temperature. Bromine has darker colors than air. طبعا البرومين لونه brown والair colorless، يبقى it's right. يبقى هنا هتكون C. Okay. Bromine vapor diffuses upward. أيوة، البرومين diffuse upward، شيء طبيعي. From high concentration layer at the bottom to low concentration at the top. Liquid bromine sublimes. No change in state from solid to gas هنا في الإكسبيرمنت، عشان كده there is no sublimation. Concentration of bromine in the lowest gas jar doesn't change. إزاي وهو diffuse upward؟ يبقى غلط. يبقى كده هنختار C و D. In the second experiment, she soaks 2 pieces of cotton wool in different liquids and places them at opposite ends of a glass tube. She immediately seals the tube with bungs. The diagram showed the appearance at the start of the experiment. During the experiment, a white ring appears in the tube. State whether the white ring appears at ABC. بنبص على الcotton wools، واحدة هنا soaked in ammonia وهنا soaked in hydrochloric acid. طبعا الأمونيا gas diffuse faster than الهيدروجين chloride gas، وبالتالي they will meet فين؟ هيميت ناحية الكوتون وول soaked in hydrochloric acid at point C. يبقى هنا point بتاعتنا هتبقى C. Explain your choice. أكيد عشان الأمونيا diffuses faster than hydrogen chloride. يبقى هنا ammonia diffuses faster than hydrogen chloride. طب كده 1 mark وهما 2 marks. يبقى لازم ندي السبب ليه الأمونيا بتديفيوز faster، عشان هي عندها lower relative molecular mass. عشان الأمونيا has lower أو smaller relative molecular mass than hydrogen chloride. يعني وزن المولكيولز بتاعت الأمونيا أخف من وزن المولكيول بتاعت الهيدروجين chloride. كده double I. Question 9. Copper chloride is a soluble ionic compound. Its solid copper chloride is green. Crystal of copper chloride was placed in a beaker containing water. It was left for several days. Explain how the appearance of the liquid in the beaker changes over several days. طبعا green color spreads throughout the liquid, spreads throughout the liquid. ممكن just to say in the water becomes green. والسبب ايه اللي حصل؟ because of diffusion. احنا ممكن نقول على فكرة قبل diffusion ان copper chloride crystal dissolved, then copper ions and chloride ions diffuse. يعني هو الصح ان هي تتقال ان copper chloride crystal dissolves وبعد كده copper and chloride ions diffuse. بس عادي لو انت قلت السبب على طول because of diffusion. ده question 9. Question 10. Hydrated copper 2 sulfate is a soluble blue solid. A large crystal of this solid is placed at the bottom of a beaker of water. The diagram showed the beaker immediately after placing the crystal in it and after 2 days. وراح مديلك الدروينج after placing the crystal and after 2 days. After 2 days, question A, after 2 days, the crystal becomes smaller and the liquid near the bottom of the beaker becomes blue. Which statement explain this observation? أكيد أول حاجة الكريستال dissolves. مفيش freezes, مفيش melts, مفيش sublimes. Question B, after 2 weeks, the crystal has disappeared. Which statement best describe the appearance of the liquid in the beaker after 2 weeks? أكيد هتبقى كله blue. It's all blue. Okay. Question C, the formula of the compound in the crystal CuSO4.5H2O. How many different elements are shown in the formula? في copper, في sulfur, وفي الأكسجين, وفي الهيدروجين. يبقى 4 different elements. How many atoms are shown in the formula? بنعد الatoms. 1 copper atom, 1 sulfur atom, وهنا في 4 oxygen, وهنا 5 by 1. يبقى 5. يبقى كده الكوبر واحدة والسلفر واحدة والأكسجين احنا قلنا 4 و5 يبقى 9 والهيدروجين بنعمل multiplying 5 times 2 it's 10 يبقى totally 21. يبقى هنا 21 atom. That question 10. Question 11. Substances can be elements, compounds, and mixtures. Which of these is a correct symbol? Symbol اللي هي السيمبلز اللي في البريودك تيبل. طبعا الهيليوم مكتوب السيمبل بتاعته مظبوطه. هيدروجين دي كده molecule تمام فبيتقال عليها formula of a molecule. It's not a symbol أو formula of an element. water دي formula of a compound ودي hydrogen peroxide formula of the compound. لكن اللي يتقال عليها symbol for an element helium. Which of these substances is a compound? Air is a mixture. Hydrogen is an element. Oxygen is an element. Water is a compound. يبقى D. The diagram shows an experiment to demonstrate diffusion. Question C. وجايب نفس الدروينج. cotton wool soaked in ammonia على left و cotton wool soaked in hydrochloric acid على right والأمونيوم كلورايد طبعا near the cotton wool soaked in hydrochloric acid. Question I, the word equation for the reaction that occurs in this experiment, ammonia plus hydrogen chloride gives ammonium chloride. Complete the chemical equation. يبقى ammonia plus hydrogen chloride بتعمل ايه؟ بناخد الهيدروجين goes to ammonia يبقى ammonium chloride. Draw a circle around each of these of the 2 state symbols that could be included in the chemical equation in part EI. Ammonia is a gas, hydrogen chloride is a gas يبقى بنختار gas. Ammonium chloride is solid يبقى نختار S. يبقى ده question 11. Question 12. Substance can be classified as elements, compounds, or mixtures. Which of these is the formula for a molecule of an element? Hydrogen is a molecule of an element. الهيدروجين طبعا اللي فوق خالص دي it's a symbol of an element. طيب يبقى is B. Water molecule بس compound. وhydrogen peroxide molecule بس compound. Which of these is a mixture? Sodium is an element. Chlorine is an element. Sodium chloride is a compound. Sodium chloride solution ده mixture of sodium chloride and water يبقى ده فعلا mixture. Question C. Which method can be used to separate dyes in a food coloring? The chromatography. Question D. A student adds a large crystal of sodium chloride to some water in a beaker and leaves the beaker for a day. The diagram shows the beaker immediately after adding the crystal and after 1 day. After a day, the student takes a sample from the top of the liquid and tests it to see if it contains chloride ion. The test is positive. Name the process by which chloride ion moves from the crystal to the top of the liquid. دي هتبقى diffusion. Movement of ions هتبقى diffusion. Question 13. Bromine is an element in group 7 of the periodic table. Which of these is the formula of a molecule of bromine? 2Br يعني 2 bromine atoms. ما عندناش Br power 2. Br2 دي غلط. It's Br2. بنحطها subscript. Question B. A small amount of liquid bromine is placed in a gas jar containing air. The jar is then sealed. After 2 minutes, a brown gas is seen just above the surface of a liquid. After 2 hours, the whole gas jar is full of the brown gas. Question I, which of these is the process that causes the brown gas to fill the gas jar? أنهي process اللي بتعمل filling للجاز جار بالبراون color؟ طبعا diffusion. Explain double I. Explain using particle theory the observation seen in the gas jar. أول حاجة البرومين liquid evaporates. Bromine liquid evaporates. يعني ده معناها إن البارتكلز بتاعت البرومين liquid escape the surface. بعد كده البارتكلز بتاعت الجاز ابتدت تعمل moving randomly جوه الجار. يبقى هنا برومين gaseous molecules أو gas molecules move randomly. طيب ليه ما قلتش كلمة diffusion أو diffuse؟ عشان هو already كان في سائل في البروسيس نفسها اللي هي which of these processes that cause the brown gas to fill the gas jar، فقلنا diffusion. فأنا مش هنروح نحط another point diffusion، لا احنا نروح نكتب إن هي move randomly which means diffusion. Question C. This apparatus is used to demonstrate the movement of ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas. وراح جايب cotton wool soaked in ammonia solution, concentrate ammonia solution on the left to concentrated hydrochloric acid on the right. The gases are given off by the solution at each end of the tube. When the gases meet, they form a white solid, which is ammonium chloride, which later show the position where the white solid forms. طبعا it's C هنا. اوكي not D لأن دي جنب الهيدروكلوريك أسيد، فكده معناه إن الهيدروكلورايد ما اتحركش خالص. طيب question 14. Sodium sulfate is a compound with many uses. The formula of the main compound used as a source of sodium sulfate is Na2SO4.10H2O. How many different elements are shown in this formula? طبعا هنا different elements. Sodium is an element, sulfur is an element, hydrogen is an element, oxygen the element. يبقى هنا عندنا 4 different elements. Sodium sulfate can be made from sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. That's sodium hydroxide وده sulfuric acid. Balance equation. نعمل balancing ازاي؟ أول حاجة احنا عندنا على right hand side 2 صوديوم، هنا هنحط 2 صوديوم. عندنا هنا 2 هيدروجين وهنا 2 هيدروجين، يعني 4 هيدروجين، نحط هنا 2 عشان تبقى 2 times 2 ب 4. بعد كده بنعد الباقي ونتأكد. السلفيت دي كلها 1 unit، السلفيت زيها 1 unit مظبوط. وعندنا هنا ال 2O وعندنا هنا 2O، يبقى كله اتظبط، يبقى أنا ممكن أحط هنا 1 و1. يبقى الإيكويشن البالانسنج بتاعتها 2 1 1 2. Question 15. Student places few purple crystals at the bottom of a beaker containing some cold water. The crystals start to dissolve. State how the appearance of the crystals and the water changes as the crystals dissolve. طبعا the crystals get smaller ممكن until they disappear. ممكن نكتب get smaller بس crystals get smaller. طب والwater أكيد turns purple. Question B. Which process occurs as the crystals dissolve to form a solution? Condensation لا، crystallization لا، diffusion melting لا. بيحصل للكريستالز بعد ما بتدوب بيحصل لها diffusion. Student repeats the experiment using hot water instead of cold water. State how the change in appearance of the water differs when hot water is used instead of cold water. أكيد the water will turn purple more quickly. يبقى water will turn would turn purple more quickly. Explain term of particles where the change differs when hot water is used instead of cold water. أكيد عشان ال particles gain أو have more energy. ممكن نكتبها gain more energy عادي، وبالتالي they diffuse faster. يبقى ال particles diffuse faster أو more quickly. quickly. Question 16. Bromine is a reddish brown liquid at room temperature. Liquid bromine forms a brown gas when warmed. Explain what happened to the bromine molecule when liquid bromine is warmed. أكيد لما أنت هتعمل warming لliquid bromine أكيد الانرجي of bromine molecules increase. يبقى الانرجي of bromine molecules increase، وده معناها ان هم overcome the force of attraction وبيبتدوا يعملوا evaporation. They overcome the forces of attraction and they evaporate. يعني escape the surface. They escape the surface. Okay. طيب ده كده question 16. Question 17. A sugar cube is placed in a beaker containing water. The beaker is left until sugar cube disappears and sugar solution forms. The concentration of solution is the same at the bottom and the top of the beaker. يبقى هنا كده معناه إن في even distribution. Use the particle theory to explain what happened to the sugar cube to make the concentration of solution as the same at the bottom and the top of the beaker. أولاً أكيد الsugar cube أكيد ابتدت to dissolve، يعني sugar molecules dissolve، يعني معناه إن هي بقت بدل solid state لا it goes into solution aqueous state. بعد كده ابتدت الsugar molecules to move randomly اللي هي term diffusion اللي هو diffuse. بعد كده أكيد الsugar molecules are distributed evenly. in water. So that's why the concentration is the same at the bottom and the top of the beaker. يبقى أول حاجة sugar molecules dissolve أو sugar dissolves على طول، وبعد كده sugar molecule move randomly، وبعد كده sugar molecules are distributed evenly in water. That question 17. Question 18. Potassium permanganate is a purple solid that is soluble in water. Crystal of potassium permanganate is placed in a beaker containing water. The crystal with a liquid purple solution. After a short time, after a short time, the crystal became smaller and the liquid at the bottom of the beaker becomes purple. Which statement explains this observation? The crystal condenses, no condensation. The crystal dissolves. So, crystals dissolve. The crystal evaporates, no evaporation. The crystal melts, no melting. It's B. Question B, the beaker is left until there is no further change in the appearance of the liquid. Which statement describes the final appearance? All of the liquid is purple, right? None of the liquid is purple, wrong. Only the bottom of the liquid is purple, wrong. بعد كده which process طبعا D on only the top of the liquid is purple, wrong. Double I, which process caused the change in appearance? Condensation, wrong. Crystallization, wrong. It's diffusion, يبقى it's C. Evaporation, wrong. The formula of potassium permanganate KMnO4. How many different elements are there in potassium permanganate? Potassium is an element, manganese is an element, oxygen is an element. There are 3 different elements. Question 19. The diagram shows the formation of ammonium chloride in a glass tube. وراح جايب لي cotton wool soaked in hydrochloric على الليفت cotton wool soaked in ammonia solution on the right والammonium chloride طبعا ناحية hydrochloric acid end. Explain how the mean speed of ammonia molecules compare with the mean speed of hydrogen chloride molecules. أكيد الأمونيا diffuse faster، يعني عندها speed أعلى. أمونيا diffuses faster than hydrogen chloride. طيب ايه اللي خلاك من الدايجرام بتقول كده ان هي traveled further since ammonia molecules traveled further. طيب double I gas particles travel very quickly. Give two reasons why it takes several minutes for ammonium chloride to form. احنا قلنا قبل كده ان هما الامونيا and hydrogen chloride molecules collide with air molecules. Ammonia and hydrogen chloride molecules collide with the air molecules. قلنا ان هما they collide with the glass wall اللي هي size of the tube، وقلنا ان هما collide with themselves، وقلنا ان هما they don't move in straight lines, they move randomly in random direction. يبقى ammonia and hydrogen chloride molecules move in random directions. وقلنا برضو many particles of ammonium chloride must form before they can be seen. The question 20 اللي هو last question. Lead nitrate and potassium iodide react to form insoluble solid lead iodide. Crystals of lead nitrate and potassium iodide are placed at opposite ends of a container of water. Solid lead iodide forms after several minutes. The diagram shows the container at start and after several minutes. دي crystals, solid crystals. وبعد كده after several minutes في هنا compound اسمه lead iodide اتكون. Name the two processes that occurs before the solid lead iodide forms. أكيد الكريستالز بتاعت البوتاسيوم iodide والكريستالز بتاعت الليد نيتريت حصل لهم dissolving الأول. يبقى dissolving. ليه ممكن نكتبها dissolution. بعد كده حصل diffusion للبارتكلز. طيب اللي هي الاينز بتاعت البوتاسيوم iodide والاينز بتاعت الليد والنيتريت. Explain why the solid lead iodide takes less time to form when the reaction is repeated using water at higher temperature. هو أول حاجة أكيد الكريستالز هتديزولف faster. crystals dissolve faster. وأكيد البارتكلز نفسها بتموف faster أو بتديفيوز faster. particles بتديفيوز أو بتموف faster. فده معناها إن الليد والايودايد اينز هيخبطوا في بعض او هيقابلوا بعض ويخبطوا في بعض في وقت اقصر. احنا كده خدنا 2 ماركس كده الليد and iodide ions meet and collide together after a shorter period of time. دي مش لازم نقولها، يعني بس انك تقول ان الكريستالز هتديزولف فاستر والبارتكلز هتديفيوز فاستر، خلاص كده ال2 ماركس. طيب the formula for lead nitrate is PbNO3 bracket Ol2. Give the number of different elements in lead nitrate. طبعا انت عندك ال Pb ادي element، النيتروجين ادي element، oxygen ادي element، يبقى احنا عندنا 3 different elements. كده عندنا 3 different elements.